Happy Halloween, happy Blue Moon. Welcome to Artichoke Music virtually. Welcome to our special show benefiting the victims of the Oregon fires. You can support us now. Go to our website and click on the donate button on the front of our webpage. Now, let's get on with the music. Welcome Dan Weber and Michael Henchman.
Hey everybody. Well, we're honored to be here for the benefit the Red Cross and the folks out on the front lines fighting the fires. I myself just decided the smoke was too much here in town, so I drove all the way to the Wind River Range in Wyoming to get away from it. And that lasted about a day and a half before the smoke finally caught up, but for a day and a half I got out of it. It's pretty bad stuff. So we're going to open up with one from a troubadour I'm a big fan of. This one's a tribute to Woody Guthrie. It's called Oh Woody.
They left Oklahoma in the grapes of wrath. In the Dust Bowl days, they never looked back. Well, they never looked back, but they're moving again. California's no longer the promised land. Oh, Woody, where are you now? What would you say? Oh, Woody, where are you now? We can sure use you today. We're willing to work, there's no work to be done. Illegal or union, it don't matter none. 'Cause the Wall Street bankers, the corporate greed, they shipped all the jobs overseas. Oh, Woody, where are you now? What would you say? Oh, Woody, where are you now? We can sure use you today. Now there's a drought in the plains and fires out west. It was the hottest summer on record, I guess. With a cough in their lungs, dried tears in their face. It's looking more and more like those Dust Bowl days. I can still hear Woody, his guitar in hand, singing songs for the men on the Grand Coulee Dam. Singing, this land is your land, this land is mine. Oh, Woody, we sure miss you tonight. Now we're living way up here in the great Northwest. So long as it rains, may we be blessed. And it's long live the salmon, long after we're gone. And it's roll on Columbia, Columbia, roll on. Oh, Woody, where are you now? What would you say? Oh, Woody, where are you now? We can sure use you today. Oh, Woody, where are you now? We can sure use you today. We can sure use you today. We can sure use you today. More than ever, we need Woody Guthrie. Once upon a time, I was a park ranger in Canyonlands National Park, and
I was furloughed. I was laid off for a while, and they said, but the good news is we have another job for you. And they send me to Grand Junction, Colorado to deliver food and supplies to the smoke jumpers and the folks out in the backcountry fighting the fires. And during the few weeks that I was there was when the Storm King Mountain fire tragedy happened. And I drove through some pretty weird situations with fire all around the truck and all that. But mostly I just took orders of where to drive to, and I think I ate Pizza Hut every single night that week. I don't think I've had Pizza Hut since then. But it was a really weird time to be in that part of the world when that happened, and you'd see the guys come back, or you'd go out in the field and you'd meet them there, and you've had a shower and you're clean, and those guys are just busting it in the heat. You just don't think about how hot it is all the time. Anyways, this is a song. This is a song about called "The Way the River Goes." It's on my new CD. It's the title track, and it's always good to have a river to jump into when you get a little too hot. There's a rope swing tied to a sycamore tree at the river's edge, just Bill and me. Billy waits till I yell, the coast is clear. That's just the way the river goes round here. Me and Bill grew up the best of friends. We knew every inch of that river bend. If there's buried treasure, we put it there. That's just the way the river goes round here. That's just the way the river goes. That's just the way the river goes round here. Had my first kiss down on that river bank from a sophomore named Nora Jane. She's got 4 kids now, that's what you hear. That's just the way the river goes round here. And everybody knows her brother Steve. He got 18 months for selling weed. Guess it was a pretty good crop that year. That's just the way the river goes round here. That's just the way the river goes. That's just the way the river goes round here. Jumped its banks in 2001. The old timers say we were due that flood. Now the mud is gone, but not the fear. That's just the way the river goes round here. It's been 30 years since I've been gone. I said, hey Bill, why'd you stay so long? Billy laughs and hands me another beer. That's just the way the river goes round here. That's just the way the river goes. That's just the way the river goes round here. That's just the way the river goes. That's just the way the river goes. We're doing a few we know tonight, a couple we don't. It's hard to practice during a pandemic, you know? I've been doing a lot of other things, remodeling, done some traveling. It's also been a good time to take stock of all the stuff you have in your life, in your house, and go, man, do I need all this? So if you need anything like a desk or a file cabinet or something, come find me. I've got stuff to give away, printers. This one's called Never. It's on the new record, and it talks about getting the newspaper. And I was a paper boy as a kid, the Democrat and Chronicle in Rochester, New York. So I developed sort of a love-hate relationship with the morning because I loved how quiet it was, but also I was the first guy out on the streets, like plunging through the snow to deliver the paper. But I love that weird blue dawn light. And I got the Oregonian for like 24 or 5 years, and then it started getting weird. Like they cut like 3 days out, and then like every other time, like I wouldn't get the paper at all, or I'd get the Columbian, and then I'd call them, and then they'd give me a credit or somebody, you know, it all went through this thing, and finally got fed up with it and said, I'm done. I canceled the subscription entirely. But just out of habit, I would still open the front door every morning. And after I canceled it, like the paper was there the next day, and I went, okay, fine. And the next day I opened it, and well, it was still there. And it was there for like 11 months after I canceled it. And I just couldn't figure out why it just kept showing up. And so I just, finally, I've broken myself of the habit of looking every month. But for about 11 months after I canceled it, it just kept coming. So it made its way into this song. It's called Never. September came on a Monday, by Friday fall arrived. Storm tore through the valley, it's a wonder no one died. On Saturday the chainsaws sang their ragged symphony. On Sunday morning we gave thanks down on our knees. So I called to say I miss you, leave the key out by the door, and to tell you that I'm not saying never anymore. I canceled the paper months ago, I couldn't take the news, but it still comes every day. What am I supposed to do? And I read the obit section. Frankly, I don't know why. They're strangers one and all to me, but some mornings I cry. Then I call to say I miss you, leave the key out by the door, and to tell you that I'm not saying never anymore. 'Cause never's like forever, twin stars in the sky. Ah, but even stars fall, heaven knows why. And I tried to say I'm sorry for keeping us apart, but I've never been so scared or reckless with my heart. I like to walk out in the rain when everything's washed clean, 'cause that's when I feel you closest to me. And I sometimes talk to myself in this big house all alone,
I don't know why I told you that. I just wanted you to know. So I called to say I miss you. Leave the key out by the door. And to tell you that I'm not saying never anymore. And to tell you that I'm not saying never anymore. I kind of forgot this is going to be on Halloween. It's such an interesting idea. I don't think anyone's going trick-or-treating, right? I mean, every year my wife does this thing where she buys this huge bag of candy, and full well knowing like only 12 kids are going to show up. I mean, I see this, you know. What happens to the rest of it? Well, the stuff she doesn't like goes to work. And into some common thing where everybody just eats it, you know? And the stuff she does like, I think, goes in the freezer to be named later. Hope I'm not giving any state secrets here. On the other hand, if you came to our house and got 2018 candy this year, you'd probably, at least it's 2020 candy would probably kill you, so it's probably a good thing. I mean, vintage Twix bars. This was called What You Gonna Do. It's also on the new record. I'm excited about the new record. I have no idea when it's actually gonna come out because nobody really knows when we're gonna be able to do any of this stuff again, but I'm excited. It's pretty close. I'm already sort of over it. Now I'm on to writing new stuff. It happens so fast. So this is called What You Gonna Do. I guess I'm not young anymore. That happened fast. Where's the door? Somebody show me the way out. 'Cause I need some air, I need a drink, I'd like a kiss, whatever you think. I just need some help right now. There's no doubt I'm the kind of guy who gets depressed. I'll tell you why. Sometimes the rain just gets me down. What you gonna do when the rain comes down? What you gonna do if I stay around? Maybe cry or just laugh. I don't care what people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Now what you gonna do about that? Say look before you leap, but I'm so ready to fly, 'cause I want more than just getting by. I don't mean politics or religion, those are just opinions. I want the thing that really gets me high. And that's you right here this morning, and you late last night. Come on, darling, give it one more try. What you gonna do when the rain comes down? What you gonna do if I stay around? Maybe cry or just laugh. I don't care what people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Now what you gonna do about that? Well, now maybe things won't work out right, but I don't want to hear that tonight, not tonight. What you gonna do when the rain comes down? What you gonna do if I stay around? Maybe cry or just laugh. I don't care what people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Now what you gonna do about that. I don't care what people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Now what you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do about that? What you gonna do about that? Oh, thank you. How about a hand for Michael Henchman on bass? Well, it's been a bizarre year for everybody. A little more bizarre for me than a lot of folks, but I won't go into detail here. But I wrote the song one time because I was having a little trouble with the fine folks down at Comcast. I called them up and I spent 59.5 minutes on hold waiting for someone to answer the phone, and they finally picked up the phone and said, "Comcast, this is Philip." And I talked to Philip for a little bit and explained my problem to him, and basically he said he couldn't fix it and that I was a spammer. I tried to explain to him that I was a folk singer, not a spammer, but that didn't really work, so I swore at Philip and hung up, which didn't fix my problem, incidentally. And then I woke up the next morning and thought, yeah, I still don't have email, so I called Comcast back. This time I knew the trick of pressing 1 and then 4 and then 00000. And then after 27 minutes, someone picked up the phone and said, "Comcast, this is Philip." And it was the same guy I swore at and hung up on the day before. And I asked Philip, I said, "Can I ask you a crazy question?" He said, "Go for it, man. I deal with crazy all day." And I thought, I'll call you back tomorrow and get this fixed, Philip. I got to do something right now. So I wrote this song called "I Deal with Crazy All Day." This goes out to everybody who deals with crazy all day, and especially to y'all smoke jumpers who jump out of perfectly good airplanes into fires, and all the other guys wielding Pulaskis and delivering food and meals and doing all that to save somebody's house and their animals. And it's a beautiful thing and very unselfish. This is "I Deal with Crazy All Day." Paid last month right on the date, but now they say that I was late. Well, I know they're wrong, cause I can plainly see when they took my money. I called customer service on the phone. I said, "There's been some mistake." I said, "I know that sounds crazy." He said, "No, it don't. I deal with crazy all day. Crazy all day long. Crazy, it's the same old song. I don't know why it's gotta be this way, but I deal with crazy all day." Oh, I was driving too fast like I sometimes do when I got pulled over that night. The cop said, "Do you know how fast you were going, son?" I said, "Yeah, I think about 85, and it's no excuse, officer. Those cars were in my way." I said, "I know that sounds crazy." He said, "No, it don't. I deal with crazy all day. Crazy all day long. Crazy, it's the same old song. I don't know why it's gotta be this way, but I deal with crazy all day." Keeps spinning faster and faster, and I'm going out of my mind. So I'm too plugged in and I'm too wound up. I want off of this ride. I want off of this 2020 ride. Well, I never saw it coming, never felt nothing. Everything was going just fine. I was walking down the streets of Portland, Oregon, and I saw this flash of light. Next thing I know, I'm standing there at the pearly gates. "St. Peter, this is crazy." He said, "No, my son, I deal with crazy all day. Crazy all day long. Crazy, it's the same old song. I don't know why it's gotta be this way, but man, I deal with crazy all day. Crazy all day long. Crazy, it's the same old song. I don't know why it's gotta be this way, but I deal with crazy all day. I don't know why it's gotta be this way, but I deal with crazy all day. Thanks. I do have free I Deal with Crazy All Day bumper stickers, by the way, if you need one. The beautiful part is they're free. And secondly, if you don't like who your neighbor is planning on voting for, you can put it over the top of their sticker. Don't think of it as vandalism, think of it as activism. Also, you could just put it next to their candidate sticker. And it would make just as much sense, maybe more. This one also goes out to everybody's going through a hard time right now. This is called Take a Liking to You. May there be a little extra in your paycheck this month. May you take that long vacation that you've been dreaming of, and may it not be monsoon season. You finally get to go, and when your trip is over, may you be the last to know. May you get a good night's sleep like you haven't in a while. May you know the joy of waking up to your lover's smile, and may you take an extra hour beneath the covers in the morning. And when you count your blessings, may you never want for more. Oh, they say it's all downhill from here, but don't you believe it's true? And may the good Lord take a liking to you. May your fever finally break. May you feel like you belong. May the kindness of strangers prove you wrong. May you not sweat the small stuff. That's why they call it small. When you need a friend the most, may I be the one you call. May your old car run just like it used to run back when it was new. May the good Lord take a liking to you. Oh, they say it's all downhill from here, but don't you believe it's true? May the good Lord take a liking to you. May the good Lord take a liking to each and every one of you. Well, I didn't really realize when we started doing this thing that it was going to be a Halloween show, which is such a cool thing. We've all been to some cool shows on Halloween. It's a weird night. It's going to be a fun night. But I saw the Grateful Dead do this song once. And they've done it on Halloween before, so it feels appropriate. It's a fine, fine song by an excitable boy. You ready? Thanks again, I'm Dan Weber. This is Michael Henchman. Thank you to Gary Furlow for doing the sound and setting this up, and to Tom May for playing as well, and Pretty Gritty, and stick around. Here we go. a Chinese menu in his hand. He was walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called Lee Ho Fook's. Thought he'd have a big dish of beef chow mein. Sing it with us now. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Hear a werewolf howling around your kitchen door. Better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Headed gent who ran amok in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. Better stay away from him. They'll rip your lungs out, Jim. Huh. I'd like to meet his tailor. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen. He was doing the werewolves of London. Saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's. Huh, his hair was perfect. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo, howl with us now. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo, howl. Thank y'all. Werewolves of London. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Michael. Now let's talk with the Executive Director of the Oregon Red Cross, Dale Kuntz. Dale Kuntz from the Red Cross. Welcome to Artichoke virtually. How is it going?
It's going well. We're a little tired. We're a little busy, but it feels good. We're working really hard, and we're making a difference.
It's already been 2 months when we think about it since the fires. I mean, what was it like that day, that night?
Yeah, so I went to bed really late on September 7th, knowing that our state was going to be changed and knowing that a lot of lives are going to be impacted. Woke up on the 8th and got together with my leadership team, and we started making decisions and started helping people. We had stood up many different sites across the state, across 21,000 square miles, to really help people and have a safe place to go as they were evacuating with everything that they had.
Wow, it was just so extensive. I mean, awesome. How are the donations we're gathering in this event going to help?
Yeah, so the Red Cross mission is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of natural disasters through the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. I'm pretty proud to say that we're 90% volunteer. 9 out of 10 Red Crossers that you see wearing our beautiful red vests are volunteers. They've signed up to give up their vacations or their retirement for a week, and they're out in their communities making a difference. The generosity of donors allows us to really activate those volunteers. It allows us to pay for nights for hotels for evacuees, as that's the first best option during COVID. It allows us to give financial assistance to some of those folks who have had a major damage or destroyed home. It allows us to bring in volunteers from across the country, and all 50 states, Puerto Rico and DC have sent folks to the state of Oregon to help us out, to backfill or to relieve tired volunteers who maybe were working for the first 2-3 weeks of this disaster and who need some time to go home. So it allows us to pay for the airfare for those people. It allows us to pay for their hotel lodging. It allows us to provide individual assistance to folks so that they may make that next piece on their road to recovery. One of my favorite stories is a gentleman who, as he was evacuating, lost his windshield of his truck. And so because we have the financial flexibility, because of the generosity of our donors, we were able to give him a new windshield. We were able to say, that's the thing that's going to keep you from getting to your home, which is now standing and safe and has water and power. Here's a new windshield. And that's really how we make those individualized actions possible.
So awesome. Tell me how the collision of the COVID pandemic and these emergencies affected your work.
Yeah, so we've been saying since the early days of COVID that COVID's not going to change what we do. It's just going to change how we do it. One of my mentors says that the Red Cross, our value proposition as a nonprofit is the value of our hug. And we love to give hugs, and it's a little bit different during COVID. It's a socially distanced hug. It's a hug in spirit. It's a hug in mind. My cheekbones have never hurt more from trying to smile and emote through this little sliver of my face. But it's changed how we work, yes, but we're doing everything we can to keep the folks that we're helping safe and our folks safe, and we're doing that with the generosity of spirit and the smile and laughter in the best way that Red Crossers know how to do.
Oh my God. Well, you all are heroes. Thank you so much for everything you do across the world.
Thank you, and I really appreciate you having me, and good luck on the show, and I'll be sure to tune in.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dale. Now, go to our website and donate. Up next, my favorite Americana duo, Pretty Gritty.
I always want what I can't have. Always want what I can't have. 'Cause I'm a master of the art of breaking my own heart. I always want what I can't have. Last night I met the woman of my dreams. Yeah, that's like me, to fall for the outer reach. When I take a chance, well, in walks her man, and they look as happy as can be. I always want what I can't have. I always want what I can't have. I'm a master of the art of breaking my own heart. I always want what I can't have. This time of year, gets hard for me. Even the brightest stars are hard to see. When a smile can mean a frown beyond the tears of a clown. The guarded heart's always hard to please, 'cause I always want what I can't have. Always want what I can't have. I'm a master of the art of breaking my own heart. I always want what I can't have. And I should probably put this bottle down. Sometimes I get drunk when no one's around. Yeah, I'll dry out when there's nothing left to drown. So until then, give me another round. Sometimes I wish the good Lord would call me up. Yeah, sometimes this world just isn't enough. Drop to my knees, begging Lord, please. When I fall, she picks me back up. Yeah, when I fall, she picks me back up.
All
right, we're pretty gritty. Thank you so much to Artichoke Music for
Yes.
having us be a part of this. And thank you to the American Red Cross for doing what they do.
Yes.
Yep. We're going to move right along. This one is about drinking. That one's got a little bit of drinking in it. This next one's got a lot of drinking in it. Woke up this morning to last night's text. Looks like my friend's been sleeping with my ex. Rolled out of bed, but the bed was gone. I fell asleep out in the front lawn. Folks and their kids, they stand at me, looking at what a man ought not to be. And I feel deflated, nauseated, but I can fix it with inebriation. Day drinking, smiling while I'm sinking deeper and deeper into a haze. So I sip as I slide in and out of the sunshine. Yes, I'm day drinking my blues away. Moving right along, man, I'm really grooving. I feel like John Travolta in that disco movie. Heel to the toe while I'm walking the line. I'm just trying to stay alive, and I don't mean no harm. Yeah, no need for you to pull the alarms, because I'm blowing kisses. I'm on a mission, a healthy dose of that self-medication. Day drinking, smiling while I'm sinking deeper and deeper into a haze. So I sip as I slide in and out of the sunshine. Yes, I'm day drinking my blues away. Day drinking, smiling while I'm sinking deeper and deeper into a haze. So I sip as I slide in and out of the ballroom lights. Yes, I'm day drinking my blues away. Yes, I'm day drinking my blues away. Yeah. Day drinking. The sun is out. Guns out. Beers out. Yeah.
Tears out, beers out.
Yeah, tears are out, beers are out. This next one is a song, it's a family song by the, what is their last name? I don't know what their last name is.
McKinnon Cohen, but I don't know which of the two last
McKinnon.
name. Okay.
Yeah. But this goes out to Verna.
1, 2, 3, 4. You say that today you'll be going away. You ask me not to cry when you go. Well, I won't plead with you to stay if you say that we must part. But walk softly, you'll be stepping on my heart. You'll be stepping on a heart that worships you. A heart that never dreamed you'd be untrue. So just remember when it's time to part. Please walk softly, you'll be stepping on my heart. You say that you never planned to be untrue. You didn't mean to love somebody else. Well, it don't matter, my dear. Go before the teardrops start. But walk softly, you'll be stepping on my heart. You'll be stepping on a heart that worships you. A heart that never dreamed you'd be untrue. So just remember when it's time to part. Please walk softly, you'll be stepping on my heart. Please walk softly, you'll be stepping on my heart.
Nice. That one's for Verna.
Yes.
Once again, we're pretty gritty. We're very thankful to be able to be a part of this show and this fundraising event for Red Cross. Thank you so much to Artichoke Music for putting it all together and for contributing so much more to the community and all of the above. So thank you.
1, 2, 3. I never seem all that impressed, despite the fact I know you always try your best. My mouth is like a gun, locked and loaded with complaints, the barrel pointed at your face. You do everything to please me, still I never seem to make your life that easy. I point out your imperfections much more than I show affection. You must think I'm never satisfied. And what do I do right? Well, no one ever had my back like you do. Used to be, I sure can't pick 'em. Now it's let's see this through. I know I have a funny way of showing it, but believe me when I say I count my blessings every day I'm with you. My walls are made from tangled knots of ivy. Every loop a lesson learned and an awful story. You could cut right through the vines, watch me bleed out on the line, but you just take your time with me instead. Combing through my mess, well, no one ever had my back like you do. Used to be, I sure can't pick 'em. Now it's let's see this through. I know I have a funny way of showing it, but believe me when I say I count my blessings every day I'm with you. It can't be easy when I cut you out and turn away. I dish it out, but when you give it back I spit right in your face. Don't know why I always have to make things so damn complicated. I've got too much pride to show you how much you're appreciated. Somehow, without fail, you treat me better than I do you. No matter what I put you through, well, no one ever had my back like you do. Used to be, I sure can't pick 'em. Now it's let's see this through. I know I have a funny way of showing it, but believe me when I say I count my blessings every day. No one ever had my back like you do. Used to be, I sure can't pick 'em. Now it's let's see this through. I know I have a funny way of showing it, but believe me when I say I count my blessings every day I'm with you. Banjo Time.
Banjo Time.
Anyone know any banjo jokes? They're all about tuning, I think.
Banjo jokes.
Yes, I think they're all about tuning.
I was gonna say you should do a feel free to jump over and do a dulcimer solo in the middle of this song, or grab anything off the wall and just start doing whatever.
Accordion.
Feel free to come down to Artichoke too as well and take a look at the inventory. There's also plenty behind the scenes that you can't see. There's a lot of ukuleles on the other side of the wall, and it's a good amount of tenor banjos and some 5-string banjos back there. This song is it's about West Virginia, even though I'm wearing an Oregon hat.
Yes.
I used to run through these fields when I was just knee-high, running my bare feet, chasing fireflies. Mama would ring the bell come supper time. There's a well, we use that water to drink, used it to bathe. After working in Granny's field on a summer day, and I can hear her calling out my name. And I got blood, and I got ties, running like a river, cutting right through these pines. And I got a country soul, buried beneath the coal. Won't you take me back to where I was born and raised? Lord, take me home to Sunday Road. There's my home. It's a little broken and rough to the touch. On the outside I know it don't look like much. Ooh, but on the inside there was love. And I got blood, and I got ties, running like a river, cutting right through these spines. And I got a country soul, buried beneath the coal. Won't you take me back to where I was born and raised? Lord, take me home to Sunday Road. There's a church, it's painted white, just a touch of gray. It's where I learned to sing Amazing Grace. And there's power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. Blood of the Lamb. 'Cause I got blood and I got ties, running like a river through these pines. This old mountain, she's a friend of mine. Ooh, and I got blood and I got ties running like a river through these pines. This old mountain, she's a friend of mine. And I got a country soul, buried beneath the cold. Won't you take me back to where I was born and raised? Lord, take me home. Take me home. To West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Back to Sunday Road. Dream, 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 dream when I want you in my arms and I want you and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do, whenever I need you, all I have to do, whenever I dream, I dream of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
We're
very
pretty gritty. Pretty gritty. Pretty gritty.
Pretty grody. Pretty grody.
Yeah, it's my
Crikey.
new accent. Yeah, we're pretty gritty.
Thank you so much for having us as a part of this. We're very happy to be helping out.
That's right. Don't forget to share and spread the
Please,
love
yes.
and donate. And thank you to Artichoke Music, and thank you to all those folks helping out with the wildfires, especially.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Red
And
Cross.
Gary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pretty Gritty. Now, let's talk to one of the victims of the Oregon fires, a luthier, a musician, and runs the local radio station in Mill City, Ken Cartwright. Welcome, Ken, virtually to Artichoke Music.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for asking me to be here.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what was it like?
Well, Labor Day, as you know, the winds came up from the east. The Beaten Creek fire had gone from 10 to 12 acres for several weeks. And the day before the Labor Day, the fire really reared up and it spread to several hundred acres. And we could see the smoke just over the North Canyon rim from where we lived in Gates. And we were getting a little concerned through the daytime. And by 5 o'clock that evening, there was a lot of smoke. About quarter after 10, it was like Armageddon. All hell broke loose. And right across the road from it is a helicopter and a landing area for emergency planes. And there was a big fire camp over there. Well, unbeknownst to us at that moment, at quarter after 10, the camp evacuated because there was a fire now on the other side of it, on the south side of the canyon, in an area called Cascades Hill. So they came out of the encampment across the Cascades Bridge out to Highway 22 to go west with their fire sirens going, their lights, their bells, their horns blowing, yelling on their PA system, their mobile system, get out, everyone evacuate. I told my wife, I said, make sure that our friends get out of here, help them pack up. You head for our friend. I'm going to the radio station because there's been no emergency alert system. I need to get down there to find out what's going on and see if I can get the EAS activated. And so now there was fire on both ends of Mill City and Gates, and people were trying to get through. And there really was a lot of panic. I started broadcasting evacuation level 3, time to get out. And I'm also panic dialing state police, Marion County Sheriff Department, Lynn County Sheriff, and Marion County Emergency Management saying, all right, we've got a traffic jam here. There's fire several places in the canyon on both sides of the highway. Where do I tell these people to go? And so finally we got a hold of someone that knew, and they said, tell them to go to the Oregon State Fairgrounds. We're going to set up a camp base there. So I did that. I stayed on the air until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And at that time, it was time for me to go. The fire was too close. And so I shut the station down, powered everything down, left the generator set outside, jumped in my truck and headed on into State to meet my wife. So what was it like? It was crazy, absolutely crazy. But the best part of it was that it was 1:15 in the morning before the emergency alert system actually activated. But in the meantime, we were passing the information along to people on it's time to go now. Don't grab anything, just go. And here's where you're going to go.
It must have been terrifying.
It was, my adrenaline was pumping like crazy.
You were a hero. There you were. Fire all around you. You sent your family home, onward, and you go to the radio station.
Well, several people have said that hero thing, but that maybe in hindsight's a little of that. But I'm an old radio man in the Navy. And when the ship is sinking, you send the last SOS, and then you hit the lifeboat and get out of there.
I understand you have a project that you're working on.
I am, and because the community that I'm involved with, which is the extended community among musicians all over, but specifically now in the Northwest, they've reached out, embraced my wife and I. They knew that we lost not only our home, but my shop and our instruments. And they've made sure that we had instruments, and it's humbling. One of the things that I needed to do was to assess our community's needs for their music instruments that were lost in fires. Bearing in mind that between Gates, Mill City, and Little North Fork, Elkhorn, we had 400 homes destroyed by fire. True, it's not as artistic as other communities, but still there are musicians and artisans, and we wanted to make sure that at least the people we knew, and if we could find people we didn't know that lost things, we would replace their instruments. So we've been on a quest, identifying people who need instruments through help of Tom May and through the Oregon Bluegrass Association and others. We've been able to get some instruments donated. And the look on people's faces, I guess the same thing on my face when I got a mandolin and a guitar replaced that I had lost. But the look on their face and the tears is well worth all the effort of what we're trying to do.
Well, let's include Artichoke on your list. We'll be donating some instruments that I have available now and sending them your way. But I also will offer that through our suppliers like Calla and Godin Guitars. Calla has been very generous. They helped me with some friends that lost their instruments in the Paradise Fire only a couple of years ago. So I'll be reaching out to them, and I'll be doing that same with some of other suppliers. So if you get us your list, we'll be there to help.
I'll get that to you ASAP. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Ken, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. I hope I can. Now that I have a new friend in Gates, I hope I can stop by and visit the radio station sometime when I'm on my way to Central Oregon.
Well, I would hope you do, and I hope that we can, after the visit, we can go up to Rosie's, get a scone and a cup of joe.
I'd love it. Take care, Ken.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Go to our website now and donate. And if you wish to donate an instrument to Ken, contact us at Artichoke Music and we will take care of it. Now for our final act, our dear friend and producer of River City Folk, Tom May.
It is now cool and damp. We are so grateful to all the assistance that the folks who helped us with the fires have given. This music is for them and also for all the people trying to rebuild their lives after these difficult times we have had. It's October again. October again. I'd almost forgotten the taste of an apple from a Hood River tree, the smell of the wood fire, the feel of the autumn, the touch of your skin as you lay beside me. The candles did burn on those cold nights together. The Oregon rain played its symphony song. The silence between us never sounded better. There was laughter and love in those hours before dawn. October again. The leaves have now fallen. The late summer timber has gone to the mill. I wake in the night. It's your name I'm calling, but there's no one to hear. Do you think of me still? Sometimes I wonder how my life would be different if there was no need for leaving, no need to pretend that I'll be okay. I won't ever wish for that Oregon rain and October again. Sometimes I wonder how my life would be different if there was no need for leaving, no need to pretend that I'll be okay. I won't ever wish for that Oregon rain and October again, October again. I'd almost forgotten the taste of an apple from a Hood River tree, the smell of the wood fire, the feel of the autumn, the touch of your skin as you lay beside me. The smell of the wood fire, the feel of the autumn, the touch of your skin as you lay beside me. This program is airing on Halloween Eve, Halloween, the night before All Souls Day. It gives me a chance to do this next song and also a song a little bit later on about another occurrence on this day. This is a song that I encountered on Prince Edward Island decades ago when I was traveling out that way doing a folk festival. And it's a good Halloween song because it's a song about a legend that exists pretty much anywhere that people make their living by the sea or on the sea. A song about the phantom ships that you sometimes see on stormy nights. Northumberland Straits, some of the highest tide shifts in the world, in a place that is called the Graveyard of the Atlantic, as we sit up just a few miles away from the Graveyard of the Pacific, off of Astoria, Oregon. A song called Tales of the Phantom Ship. On a night as black as a raven's feather, thunder cracked like a slap of leather, and the wind blows through the black spruce on the shore. Waves are pounding on the beach as harder as the last of the fishermen reach safe harbor, and the wind turns wild, cuts to the core. Out in the wide Northumberland Straits, a ball of fire skips o'er the waves. Those who've seen it can't believe their eyes. There's a burst of flame and a flash of light, and there on the tide is a frightening sight as a tall ship, all aflame, lights up the sky. Tales of the Phantom Ship, from top to keel ablaze. She sails the wide Northumberland Strait, no one knows her name. Tales of the Phantom Ship is a ship of fire, they cry. Hard against the wind she sails, no one can say why. Some say she's a three-masted square rigger, 100 tons or maybe bigger, with fire in every rope and spar and sail. Out of the east where the wind blows west, she plows through the sea on her unknown quest, up upon the waves with the strength of a full-force gale. Now why she appears no one can know. Some say she's nothing but a moonlit glow, but those who've seen it swear they tell no lie. They tell how her bow suddenly drops down, and into the depths of the strait she's bound, and the wind turns wild with wailing, chilling cries. Tales of the Phantom Ship, from top to keel ablaze. She sails the wide Northumberland Strait, no one knows her name. Tales of the Phantom Ship, it's a ship of fire, they cry. Hard against the wind she sails, no one can say why. Some say she's an immigrant ship of old, Highland Scots whose land was stolen, lost at sea while seeking the new land. Or a ghostly American privateer who plundered innocent harbors here, cursed to sail the strait, forever damned. But an old man sang a song to me, 600 Acadian drowned at sea, deported long ago from St. John's Isle. He says they sail this choppy strait through time and tide. They navigate, searching for the means to end their long exile. Tales of the phantom ship, from top to keel ablaze. She sails the wide Northumberland Strait, no one knows her name. Tales of the phantom ship, it's a ship of fire, they cry. Hard against the wind she sails, no one can say why. Tales of the phantom ship, from top to keel ablaze. She sails the wide Northumberland Strait, no one knows her name. Tales of the phantom ship, it's a ship of fire, they cry. Hard against the wind she sails, no one can say why. Hard against the wind she sails, when will she sail again? A good ghost song for Halloween night. Another place I've encountered lots of ghosts is Alaska, when I've been up in Alaska. And on one of my first trips performing up there in 1993, I walked down the boardwalk at Skagway, Alaska. It's a reproduction now. It's not the original boards, but it's one of those places that you can clearly feel the footsteps of history before you when you are there. So this is a song about those folks, about that marvelous place, and about the last great adventure on the American frontier, 1897, at the boardwalk at Skagway. In the town of Old Skagway, the summer ends soon. Colored leaves light the ancient stone ridge. As we turn on a wing to land into a gale, Alaska seems dreamlike and dim. I have read all the tales of the men who came here on steamers, life savings in hand, on the last great adventure as the frontier was closed, seeking gold in this beautiful land. But the boardwalk at Skagway is quiet and cold as I walk in this raw autumn wind. The wood is scarred by the boots of the men who passed through. Never to walk here again, never to walk here again. Take a pick and a shovel, a mule and an axe, enough food to last for a year. Pack it up to the border. On many long hikes, build a lean-to to shelter the gear. Then wait till the thaw cracks the lake bed of ice and the Yukon winter tales have been told. Time to put in the boat that you built in the snow to float down to Dawson and gold. But the boardwalk at Skagway is quiet and cold as I walk in this raw autumn wind. The wood is scarred by the boots of the men who passed through. Never to walk here again, never to walk here again. Now it seems times have changed. Most people prefer to watch their adventures at home. For the descendants of Robert Service and Jack of London, comfort is all that we know. But I can't help but wonder as I look up that trail where so many men and horses did die. On the last great adventure, as the frontier was closed, would I dare to take the trail that they tried? But the boardwalk at Skagway is quiet and cold as I walk in this raw autumn wind. The wood is scarred by the boots of the men who passed through. Never here again, never to walk here again. So tonight as I drift off in Skagway, Alaska, I dream of the Klondikers' gold. I think I know why they left home, family behind, bartered what could not be sold. They traveled to see the peaks of the Yukon, grabbed a gold handful of dust. For me, like those miners of old 98, this adventure is treasure enough. But the boardwalk at Skagway is quiet and cold as I walk in this raw autumn wind. The wood is scarred by the boots of the men who passed through. Never to walk here again, never to walk here again. Never to walk here again, never to walk here again. What a place, Skagway, Alaska, one of my favorite little towns of only about 700 people in the off-season. Pick up the 6-string guitar again and do a song that is probably my most romantic song. From those days when romance was on the menu. A song that was started in Scotland but finished in the Pacific Northwest and has all these Pacific Northwest images. A song about one of the most beautiful of all the traditional arts, the art of spinning and weaving. For a beautiful autumn time in our lovely section of the world. You are the weaver, I am the loom. Spin your bright yarn for me. Wool for a blanket to keep us both warm where the cold winds blow in from the sea. I am a singer, you are the song. Be an old Scottish ballad for me, full of heartbreak and distance from a faraway love. I'll voice the tune as it should be. Fall in the mountains, a night for a sweater, burgundy wool, a shared glass of wine. The full moon was smiling as we danced through the forest of cedar, hemlock, and pine. Now it is winter, the wood fires are warming, but my thoughts turn to mountains, misty northwestern pine, the color of heather, the whispers of evening, the goodbyes that linger in time. You are the weaver, I am the loom. Spin your bright yarn for me. blanket to keep us both warm, till together again we will be. With the cold winds blowing from the sea. Well, I've got a few dear companions here at Artichoke Music this afternoon as we are doing this very, very special live presentation. It's so terrific to play in front of a live audience again and to see some of those dear companions. This is a song about that very most important riches in this business, the people that you meet along the way, the chance that you have to spend time with them, something that we have missed grievously over this last few months. But we're so delighted to have you with us here at Artichoke this afternoon. And so this is for everybody who's here listening to us throughout the world by the magic of our technology now. But the magic of the technology never substitutes for the warmth of other folks. And that's what this tune is about. Dear companions, on this lonesome life's highway, pointed me to the byway, so deserted and unknown when the going got rough. You walked beside me patiently, poured another shot of whiskey, then showed me the road back home. Now the rogues and the scoundrels warned me about the pitfalls, steered me away from the guardrails, not as strong as they appeared. Though sometimes I fell prey to appetite and desire, most of the tragedies I endured were not as bad as I had feared, thanks to dear companions on this lonesome life's highway, pointed me to the byway, so deserted and unknown when the going got rough. You walked beside me patiently, poured another shot of whiskey, then showed me the road back home. Now the travelers and the pickers who have shared my weary road helped me to bear the load when the songs did not work out. A fraternity of outlaws living somewhere on the edge, making music that makes a difference. Of that we had no doubt, those dear companions on this lonesome life's highway pointed me to the byway, so deserted and unknown when the going got rough. You walked beside me patiently, poured another shot of whiskey, then showed me the road back home. Seductive smiles and cotton dresses, thigh-high boots and raven tresses, their common sense deserted them, I guess, those nights they spent with me. But of all those wives and lovers, I remain ever grateful. All the best evenings I ever had was in their loving company, those dear companions on this lonesome life's highway pointed me to the byway, so deserted and unknown when the going got rough. You walked beside me patiently, poured another shot of whiskey, then showed me the road back home. Close friends, never forgotten, who have shared my winter wine. Together we have bided time, and I am thankful for my son, his own journey underway. Sometimes I miss those younger days. I have regrets, but mostly pride in the man I have become, thanks to dear companions on this lonesome life's highway pointed me to the byway, so deserted and unknown when the going got rough. You walked beside me patiently, poured another shot of whiskey, then showed me the road back home. Dear companions on this lonesome life's highway pointed me to the byway, so deserted and unknown when the going got rough. You walked beside me patiently, poured another shot of whiskey, then showed me the road back home. I simply couldn't resist doing this song as part of this performance, written by a fellow that I met in Nashville a long time ago, Pat Alger. A good friend of mine, David Mallet, took me over to his house when I was down there playing at the Bluebird once, and we sat around and played a few tunes, and I was always a great admirer of this song and used to do it all the time, but I haven't done it in quite some time now. This is a song that perfectly suits the evening because it is a blue moon. And it's not only a blue moon, it's a blue moon on Halloween, which hasn't happened since 2001. And of course, blue moons don't come along even every year. So this is a song to take us into that space. I got your letter in my mailbox today. You were just checking if I was okay. And if they ask me, well, you know what they say. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. And I feel one coming on soon. No need to tell me you'd like to be friends and help me get back on my feet again. Can't you remember? Can't you pretend? Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon, and I feel one coming on soon. There's a blue moon shining when I am reminded of all we've been through. Such a blue moon shining. Does it ever shine down on you? You act as if it never hurts you at all, like I'm the only one who's getting up from a fall. Can't you remember? Can't you recall? Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon, and I feel one coming on soon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon, and I feel one coming on soon. Just once in a very blue moon. Let's not forget the reason that we're playing these songs tonight. I was touring through Colorado in 1994 on Interstate 70, and I saw a plume of smoke off to the side of the road that summer. I would find out later that that was the Storm King mountain fire, which was responsible for the deaths of many fine young men and women. And that fire had the same kind of behavior as a fire in 1949 had displayed, a fire so eloquently written about by Norman MacLean in his book, Young Men in Fire. So I had to write a song for those folks, and this is a song for all the people, the wildland firefighters who put their well-being on the line for us each summer all around the western United States and all over the world, where people again, put their lives on the line for somebody else to make a difference. This is a song for them, and I'll finish with this one. It's called Trial by Fire. From the gates of the Rockies to Yellowstone Park to the mountain they call the Storm King, there are crosses and canyons scarred from its stones, scars from the fires caused by lightning. The heat and the smoke cause their own weather. The wind makes the power line sing. The animals run through the rocks and the brush, sounding their own kind of warning. So here's to the lost souls who carried the shovels from the Cascade Red Cedar to Dakota Sage Briar. May we all be as brave as those young men and women when we face our own trial by fire. From Prineville, Missoula, Boise they came, as tough as an old leather boot, bringing the skills, the strength of the young, and an 80-pound pack full of tools. They jump from the sky, run up a hillside, even too steep for a rough logging road, with the wood dry as tinder on the hot summer nights, just waiting for a spark to explode. So here's to the lost souls who carried the shovels from the Cascade Red Cedar to Dakota Sage Briar. May we all be as brave as those young men and women when we face our own trial by fire. The inferno is crowning as the wind made a shift, moving sharply again to the west. The barometer dropped, the wind speed increased, the fire raced uphill to the crest of the rise. No trail, no backfire could reverse its direction. It climbed faster than anyone could, leaving behind the ashes of youth and a lesson still misunderstood. So here's to the lost souls who carried the shovels from the Cascade Red Cedar to Dakota Sage Briar. May we all be as brave as those young men and women when we face our own trial by fire. Now each of us chooses to make what we will of this hillside we find ourselves on. Do we start down or climb to the height of the ridge to face squarely what we have or have not done? But in 1949, at the gates of the Rockies, to the 94 fire on Storm King, white crosses attest to the courage of those who selflessly risked everything. So here's to the lost souls who carried the shovels from the Cascade Red Cedar to Dakota Sage Briar. May we all be as brave as those young men and women when we face our own trial by fire. So here's to the lost souls who carried the shovels from the Cascade Red Cedar to Dakota Sage Briar. May we all be as brave as those young men and women when we face our own trial by fire.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you all for joining us on this Halloween Blue Moon. Thank you to our performers, Dan and Michael, Sarah and Blaine, and Tom. And thank you to the American Red Cross. You can continue to donate on our website. Share it with your friends. Stay safe, and see you soon.